The tuning stat for this game is so confusing. There's so many stats, so many tests, and you are very confused. But no worries, after watching this video, you will have some idea what it is and how to balance your stat to achieve the maximum build as optimum as possible. Also, at the end of this video, I will explain some mechanics about the momentum and how the thing is being calculated in a very simple way. So the stat is basically divided into two parts. The first part is the basic stat, and the second part is your momentum build. So for your final damage, it is depends on your basic stat multiplied by your momentum factor. You will deliver the final output. So it's very important to balance this basic and also this momentum factor. So the basic stat is that, so it is referring to your normal attacks. For example, you look at this one. Some example of basic stat, it is like this one, the max physical attacks. So this will boost your basic stat. Then this one, like the light attacks bonus boost. So this one is also considered as your basic stat. And some basic stat is also your weapons bound. For example, this Shield Bites is boosting your umbrella's basic attacks. So this is considered as a basic stat also. Then for this one, increase the maximum build strike attacks. So this is benefit to your sword also. So for information, so what is this bamboo cut and build strike? So you can always go to your developments. So you can go to your weapons here. The name is always shown here. So this one is a bamboo cut, which is the rock dart. Then the umbrella is categorized as a shield bite. So the sword is belt strike. This is how you know the sword name. So all these are your basic stat. So now come to the momentum stat. So the momentum stat is like these ones. For example, your precision rate and your critical rate, and also for your affinity rate. So this one is your damage multiplier. So when you hit your opponent with your basic stat, it will times the multiplier. For example, it will trigger the precisions, it will trigger the critical rates as the changes, and will multiply the basic attacks from your basic stat. So now I will simply explain what is momentum. So if you go to your developments, you go to your details, so you can see there's a few stat here. One is the momentum. So this one is, although it's referring to your affinity, so you can scroll down, you can see the physical attack is your basic stat from your gear, and also there's an attribution bound stat like your belt strike, also your shield bites attacks, which get from your this basic stat bonus. So the momentum stat is like these three: the precision rate, critical rate, and also for your affinity rate. So what is these three? So these three is very confusing, but no worries, I will explain in a very simple way. For example, if you hit your opponents for one time, the system will calculate for your precision rate. To say if you hit the boss one time, you think that there's a 94% chance it will trigger a precision rate. So if 94% is really triggers, it will deliver a damage with the white color like this one. The damage in white color means it's a normal attack which bounds to your normal physical attack plus your attributions attacks. So when the precision 94% is triggered, it will launch a white color damage based on your physical attacks without any multiplier. But let's say if you are unlucky, the 94% is not triggered, so it will deliver a Abrasion damage, which is your gray color damage. So this one is below your physical attack damage. So you don't want this happen. So you want to keep your precision rate as high as possible to trigger a normal white color damage. Okay, so when this precision rate is being triggered, there's a chance to calculate for critical rate. So when the 94% is hit, the system will then calculate if this hit is critical or normal attack. So when it is critical, the damage will show in yellow color. The yellow color means critical rate. So when the critical rate of 32% is being triggered, the damage will turn from white to yellow. So in the critical attacks, it increased your normal attack by 50%. So you have the 50% more damage if the damage is in yellow color. So then what about affinity rate? So this affinity rate is very special. It doesn't depend on your precision rate. So let's say when you hit your opponent for one time, it regardless of your precision, it will always trigger your affinity damage. So there's an 18% chance that every hit will trigger affinity. So when the hit is under the affinity red triggers, with 18% is really triggers, so your attacks can increase by 35%. But note that this 35% is based on your maximum attacks. So you look at this one, the critical attacks, it doesn't depend on your maximum attack. It is a random value between your physical attack. This one 5,000 to 500 to 1,000. It is in between this value for your critical rate. But the affinity is that this one always depend on this 1043 value. So this affinity always depend on your maximum attack times 35%. So this is the maximum damage you can go with this affinity. So this affinity is super important. So you look at this one, this often trigger regardless of your precision rate, and it always calculates from your maximum physical attacks, which is this 1000 maximum attacks. So this affinity damage is triggered in the gold colors damage, like this one. The gold colors is referring to your affinity damage. So also there is one very important thing that you always need to keep your tunings guaranteed items. For example, like this one, it gives you a guaranteed tuning stat. So you always need to keep all these guaranteed tunings material. Like there is a symbol, the white symbol here. It gives you a guaranteed chance of pants, gold colors fixed in your tunings. You also need to keep this purple color as well. So this one you never want to keep it for your most important main weapons to deliver your highest DPS stat bonus as much as possible from your tunings. So that's all for tunings. You always want to balance out your basic stat and also your momentum build to make it balanced. But please bear in mind that this one is totally random. Sometimes you don't have a choice to use a stat. So make sure you use the best optimum between these two. Okay, keep on grinding, keep on doing the search trial, keep on getting as much as material and then put it into your arsenals. Because arsenal, it also depends on your tuning stat. In your arsenal, you always want to put in your stat like this one. So because arsenal, it only depends on your mastery. So this weapon mastery 364 is depends on your how many gold stat you have. The higher the number of gold stat, the higher the mastery. Also you have this recommended. The more recommended you have, the higher the mastery it is. So you have to put all this into your arsenal. So this arsenal will only depend on your mastery. You have to make it higher than the limiting factors to get the maximum bonus from your arsenal. So that's all for the video. This is all about the mechanics. If I explain incorrect, please correct me in the comment below. I'm still learning the mechanics also. So this is a bit complicated for these mechanics. I hope I explained the correct one. So that's all for the videos. See you next time. Bye bye.